Greetings from Anatolia and my Lord Bones. IMO Rymd-kapsel. Rymd-kapsel is a 2D strategy resource management game. It was released on iOS mid last year and on Steam on the 30th by Grapefruit Games. Firstly, let's look at Rymd-kapsel in the context of an actual PC application. So, this is the entirety of the sound, music playback on and off, and that there is the entirety of the resolution options, full screen, windowed. That's it. You can also screen scale for the UI, and that's it. That completely unacceptable personally. I would like resolution options. I would like individual sliders for the sound, because there are actual sounds in the actual game. But either way, now I've actually started a game off here, and I've just gotten to the point where I can research a monolith. So, firstly, I'm actually going to put a few mind my people at the very bottom here and put them all into defense, I think, because in a minute, see this bar here, when that gets to the very top, there's going to be a fight. So I think what I'm going to do first is I'm going to wait here, have a fight, and then I'm going to continue on and research. So, as you can see from the very beginning bit of this game, it has a very simplistic art style. However, the gameplay is actually pretty challenging. Now, the UI definitely is set up for an iPad/iOS devices, touchscreen devices, in the sense that you cannot press individual people, you simply just drag them around to the individual jobs that you want them to do. So, here is a wave, which is the way this game sort of manages balance within inside of the system. So, when this bar gets to the very top, you have a fight like this. Now, if these guys are not in these weapons areas, they will not shoot, and they are very, very vulnerable. Okay, I'm going to choose 2 people to go to research. Let's choose 1 to go to construction and 1 down to engineering, shall we? So, what I've just done then, I've just assigned these lot to a different task. Now, construction is actually slacking at the moment. He's currently doing absolutely nothing. So, what I want to do first is I want to start building stuff. So, what do I need? I could do with maybe a few more people. So I'm going to build a quarters there. So now this guy is going to start doing his job. I'm going to also put the engineering guy there. The engineering guy down here actually helps with the resource, because this game basically works with 3 main resources. There is the particle field one, which is used by the extractor thing here, and you have to actually mine out these particle fields found on here. Now, this map is actually randomly generated, by the way, and these particle fields are therefore then finite within inside the game. So eventually, you will end up running out of things to construct. The second one is sort of a solar power, which is this blue one over here. Now, when I put some down engineering, that meant this solar panel here actually worked a bit more efficiently. And the other one is food, which requires a kitchen and a garden. Right down here. So you need someone on the food service to take the food from the garden, put it in the kitchen to be prepared. Now, in addition to all there, you have quarters, which basically means more people into your ship. So, if you take any food into your quarters, you can then produce more people, but obviously these people are going to end up dying very quickly unless you have weapons at your easy disposal. Now, weapons cannot just be built en masse in this small little centre fortification. It has to be sort of spread out a little bit. So I'm going to build a weapons... Actually, I don't know, actually. I might build weapons over there, actually. Yeah, I think that's probably the best place to build it. Now, here and now, I know when they finish those quarters here, they're going to need that weapons straight away. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to prioritise this, which means they'll now send items directly to that. You're basically seeing the entirety of the game now, because all you got to do really is to navigate using corridors all the way across into these 4 monoliths, which will eventually, give you certain perks. Now, you can only set up to 3 people on these monoliths as well, so you sort of have to manage people a little better. Now, this game can last about an hour in normal mode. Depending on what you happen to have as your main goal. If it's just simply to survive, then it definitely lasts about an hour, I would say. probably an hour and 60, something like that. An hour and 60. An hour and 16, rather. Something like that, in order to get through an entire game until you end up dying. So, I have a few little hitches with this sort of game. And the first one is that the AI is not exactly the most intelligent thing in the world. If, let's say, this ship was much bigger than what it is, which it can get much bigger, because Monolith over here, for example, is miles away, and this over here is even further away. When I played the game until the end, when people happen to be put into construction, and I, let's say, prioritise a bit of path down here so I can start getting research done on the monolith, they happen to take items straight across the map and then realise, oh, someone's already doing that. So they were taking items straight across the map and then having to dump them into random buildings. That was ridiculous. Additionally, you can't actually control these people individually, because obviously it was built for a touchscreen type device. Hence, when you come to actually going to, take arms from the enemy, I can't say these guys over here go to this in particular weapons location. So often, what will happen is the closest one to a person will be the one that they choose, and then you'll end up with people walking around the entire city trying to find weapons, which is just completely stupid, to be perfectly honest with you. There should be some way of just saying, having like a radius or something, and just saying go to that one. But it's probably just a throwback from the fact that it is actually an iOS game. Okay, I think what I need really is another kitchen. I'll build up there. And now, my other sort of slight hitch with the game is the fact that there isn't actually that much replayability. There are a few modes. There are normal mode, which I'm on now, plus mode, which seems to be a more difficult normal mode. The goals seem to suggest that you will die very quickly. It did seem that way when I actually played it. And Zen, in which you don't actually have anything coming to attack you, which, to be perfectly honest with you, I didn't really play that one very much because it's pretty boring. I like the fact that it sort of has a limited amount of time behind it, because otherwise, what exactly are you going to be doing with your time? There's no point in you researching these upgrades, because some of these upgrades are things like weapons shoot further, and extractors extract quicker, and so on and so forth. There's absolutely no point in building an entire ship, because this game is not actually very long. I reckon you could probably complete all the normal challenges within about 3 hours, even if it's the first time of you playing it. So, despite the resolution options and the poor sound options, I would say this game, it's alright, but personally I want a little bit more from a sort of strategy game. But then again, though, it is only about £6, so I wouldn't necessarily consider that to be a humongous investment in about 4 hours of entertainment. Maybe pick it up on a sale though, that's what I would say personally. It is interesting, however the enjoyment is short-lived. I only see it being a way to kill a couple of hours. So, Rymd-kapsel is on Steam for $7.99 or £5.99 or €6.99. See you in the next one. Goodbye.